Greetings, everybody, and welcome. Thank you all so much for coming to join me for another evening of Persona 5 Royal. I guess we're managing to start fairly close to on time tonight. One of these days, I won't get sidetracked before I actually sit down to start the stream, but at any rate, how are you all doing? How is everybody holding up? "9:30, Sam? You only made it to 9:30? Well, I guess you're lucky that you're able to fall asleep that early. I'm alright, thanks, Shinnywing. Clint. Clint, that's a nice bowl of what appears to be tamago gyudon. Not bad at all, Clint. I approve. The naked action figure in the upper left corner just adds to the atmosphere in this image. That's all you can do, warrior, is try and make the best of things. Ah, very good, Morteferu. You ran out of nori. Oh no, Clint. Well, I suppose you could always get some furikake, or if it comes to it, you could always just order a couple of those large nori sheets and then shred them yourself. Hey, Alpacalypse! Also, I'm noticing we have now the vocal version of Beneath the Mask playing. I'm not sure when that changes. Korean barbecue sauce, Empress? Oh, Mel, I'm glad to hear that the pork shoulder you were working on yesterday came out well. Yeah, Ruggles, I thought he looked a little bit familiar, but he also looks like the main character of Digital Devil Saga, so I thought that maybe they were riffing on that. Hey, Doom, welcome! Yeah, Waltz Queen, there are some real bangers on this soundtrack, as well as some real chill songs as well. I'm part of me is looking forward to seeing how much variation there is to the music in Mementos, but another part of me is dreading it. Yeah, Alpaca, I like the instrumental version of Beneath the Mask. It's just such a perfect song for a rainy day. Ah, Rashes, you have some good stuff coming in. Oh, you did, Mel. Fantastic. Either I can check it after the stream, or if you want to link the pictures in chat, you're welcome to do that too. Yeah, Ruggles, I'm baffled that there's no love whatsoever for Digital Devil Saga in the DLC costumes that are available for this game. Or, frankly, the Yakuza costumes from the dancing game. Caleb, are you still on active duty? That's an interesting way of looking at it, Dandy Wizard. I guess I shouldn't be surprised to hear something like that from Wooly. Oh, okay, Empress Moth, gotcha. Well, Save Scummer, but if you have a PS4, there are so many other fantastic games you can play on it. You know? I would go so far as to say the majority of the games coming out lately are at least playable on PS4. Some of them are exclusive to PS4. Oh, alright, Caleb, I see. Alright, let's see, Mel. I'm guessing this is the pork roast. Oh, yeah, you know what? Not bad. It looks like it came out okay. And it looks like you did an alright job trimming off... Well... It looks like you trimmed off some of the fat. How'd it taste, Mel? Hey, Moosty, welcome! Oh, yeah, Caleb, that would have scared me too. Thinking that I had to be... that I missed my muster day. Yeah, Save Scummer, if you're going to do the Bloodborne DLC, I recommend doing it in your first playthrough, rather than New Game Plus. Yeah, Ruggles, we were talking about that yesterday, how there were no costumes for Nocturne. I'm baffled by that, too, because Nocturne is one of the better-known SMT games. And one of the better regarded, despite its couple of major glaring flaws. Oh no, Waltz Queen! Did you end up just going back to bed? Yeah, Mel, usually when you're cooking, well, always when you're cooking, the rule with salt is less is more. You can always add more salt later, but you can't take salt out once you've added it. Well, Dandy Wizard, if they wanted to, they could. They could just add them to the DLC that's available. And Bonewheel Vanguard, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Ragtime Lounge, Bonewheel. Really appreciate that. Alright. I think maybe we save Scum some more proficiency if we can. To start off with.
Okay.
We can make 3. You know, we probably ought to make some more lockpicks.
Yeah.
Ah. Oh, wait, no, okay, we don't even have to save Scummit. How about that?
Yeah.
That's perfect.
Nice.
That actually works out incredibly well. Now I'll just have to remember to save.
Well then.
What have we here? Hey, I saw on the forum, nice job sticking it to that stalker. My Phantom Aficionado website came in handy, didn't it? What are you talking about? It's okay, you don't have to say it. I know deep down in my heart that it was useful. Anyway, I'm in Shibuya right now. Love it if you could come hear me out about your future actions. I'll be waiting at the diner in Shibuya. You gotta swing by.
What is he up to?
How have things been? You know, with the special activities. Oops. Sorry about that. I haven't been getting a lot of sleep lately.
Yeah, join the club.
I've been staying up managing the fan site all night. Every night. I think it's called PR.
Yeah, Sam, I'm guessing you mean when I have access to mementos. I'm looking forward to that as well. Dandy Wizard, there is already DLC for P5R. There's quite a lot of, well, maybe not a lot, but there's some. There are, I think, 3 costume packs, and a Persona pack, and maybe 1 or 2 other various items. You're close enough, Bone Wheel. A DLC Kiryu boss fight. Well, Ruggles, we got the protagonist from P4 and P3. Yeah, we'll get there, Sam. We'll get there. Hey, Sugar Crow, good to see you. I don't understand. I'm just gonna play dumb.
You wanna know more? Basically, there's no point to taking down bad guys if nobody's gonna know about it. That's why I've started a blog for posts from people you guys saved, while filtering out the haters.
Dandy Wizard, the DLC for Persona 5 Royal was available at least from the launch of Royal in the West. I don't know if it was available right away for the Japanese launch. It might not have been, but it was definitely available from the start, from release day, in this version.
Greetings, undead.
Mysterious Zim, thank you so much for the Twitch Prime sub. Welcome to the Ragtime Lounge. I very much appreciate your support. Thank you. Oh, that's why, Sokar.
We need the Phantom Thieves to be seen in the proper light if we want to make the name popular, right?
That would be too simple, though, Clint. That's too easy. That sounds pretty tough.
You're not wrong, but it's nothing compared to what you guys do. I'm just supporting from the shadows. So, actually, I really want to know how you punish people.
You mean the Japanese edition, Dandy Wizard, I see.
Don't worry, I'm not gonna ask. It wouldn't be any fun if you just up and told me. After all, the Phantom Thieves have a reputation for being secretive.
I don't think so, Ruggles. I think he has the same voice actor.
I wish I could be more like you guys somehow.
Granted, his character isn't all that memorable in the first place, so I don't really recall the sound of his voice actor in Vanilla as opposed to Royal.
But I'll still be here to draw attention to the stuff you do. You can leave that part to me. I'm gonna use my fan site to promote the Phantom Thieves and weed out any negative comments. Your popularity is gonna be at my mercy. Or, at my fingertips.
Yeah, words are important, Mishima.
It's like I'll be your strategic image management representative, so to speak.
You're really hyped for this, aren't you?
Just you wait. I'm gonna do everything I can to make sure that title's more than just for show. I've gotta say though, managing the Phantom Thieves' reputation is tiring work.
Hey, look, man, at least you're not going into the gym every day and getting beaten up by Kamoshida. Well, Ruggles, some of them were more memorable than others, that's for sure. And one or two of the memorable ones were memorable for the wrong reasons. Hey, Monotone, congrats! That's awesome! What was the subject of your paper, Monotone? Yeah, Bonewheel, Japan is all about some puns. They love their puns.
The forum gets all sorts of weird posts, including tons of things unrelated to reforming society.
Yeah, I hate it when people post their anime waifu porn on the fan site.
It'd defeat the purpose of the site if the truth of the Phantom Thieves was buried among all that garbage. Oh, but you don't need to worry. I'll sort through all the trash. Speaking of which, I've actually already found some worthwhile info about our very own school. Our quest to boost your popularity can start close to home. I'll give it my all.
Mishima sure seems motivated, I guess.
All right.
Oh, okay, Monotone, very cool. Making targets have a change of heart. Meet with him to deepen the trust between you. He'll give you more info on new targets. Okay.
I might be overworking myself, though. Man, I'm exhausted. I think I'd fall asleep on the spot if I weren't talking to you. I should head home. See you later.
Oh, Barakan, listen to this. I was checking the fan site earlier and found a bunch of hater comments about the Phantom Thieves. It got me so mad I'm not even sleepy anymore. At this point, I might as well pull an all-nighter fighting back. All-nighters can mess you up pretty bad, dude. Believe me, I know. Oh, what? You're worried about my health? Aw, thanks. Now I'm even more motivated. Guess I better stay up anyway and work myself to death. Oh, duty calls. I better set out for the Battle of the Fan Site. Time for a wild night of modding and banning. Yeah, well, can't you just have Moobot do that, Mishima?
Hey!
Your midterms are coming up, aren't they? Better make sure you study. What about that diner in Shibuya that Mishima told you about? Could that be a good place for studying? Have permission to go out at night, so no time like the present. Oh yeah, the home shopping program, right.
Where have you been searching all along, confessing while alone without a clue, without a sign.
No, Burning Jalapeno, it wouldn't, but remember, there's a bathhouse literally across the street.
The real question to
LeBlanc is a restaurant. It's commercial zoning, Burning Jalapeno, not residential. And because it's zoned commercial, there's no reason for it to have shower facilities. But remember, Burning Jalapeno, if we walk right across the street...
Hey.
Make sure you don't get dragged into some weird mess, alright? If we walk across the street, literally right across the street, there is Fuji no Yu Bathhouse. So, the protagonist just keeps clean by taking his showers here. Bathhouses aren't just the bath. There are actually shower facilities that you're expected to use to clean yourself off before you get into the bath. The idea is you get clean in the shower, and then the bath is just for relaxing, because the showers, they're communal showers, but only one person uses a shower at a time. Whereas with the bath, you're expected to be clean when you get in the bath, so that you're not all sitting in the bath getting dirty with each other's sweat and dead skin and all that stuff. Hey, Wendy Harper, thank you so much for the raid. Hello and welcome. Greetings, everybody. Wendy, Stefan, and the other two people who came in with the raid. Hello, guys. Welcome. How are you doing? Everybody holding up okay? Alright, actually, I think... No, there are no crosswords. Blast it. We'd better do the home shopping thing before we go anywhere, though. Relaxation set. Recover oil, relax gel, and alert capsules. Bionutrients set. Mega fertilizer and garden energy. I think that might be the... That might be the one we want.
Hey!
We'd better get the bionutrients set. It's kind of unfortunate that we can't order both. Oh, very nice, Phoenix. Congrats. That's good, Stefan. Sometimes all you can do is hold up reasonably well. Alright, let's go check out the juice stand. Ah, yeah, they have Aojiru. Nasty Aojiru. Made with bitter melon. It takes guts to drink this terrifying mixture. Yeah, bitter melon. So, bitter melon is, I believe in Okinawa, it's called Goya. I think it might be... Let me grab the... Yeah, okay. It's not actually a... I'm not sure I know whether it's properly a melon, but it's basically a plant that is popular in Okinawa because it's apparently really healthy. There are a number of different varieties of it, and I don't think I've ever actually had it before, but they like it in Japan, especially Okinawa. It's cultivated in Okinawa. And for... Well, Sokar, it's this. I'll put it in chat there. Ah, it might be, Clint. It might be. Yeah, Waltz Queen, it doesn't taste very good, but supposedly it's incredibly healthy. Phoenix, I'm not sure. I've been told that you can no longer cheese the Reaper in Royal. Windy, I'm doing all right, thanks. How about yourself? Empress, I don't actually know. I've never had bitter melon before. It's relatively difficult to find in the West. The only place I've ever seen it on sale was at grocery stores in Japan. Although it's popular, apparently varieties of it are popular throughout the rest of Asia as well. There are varieties grown in India. There is a different variety grown in China. So I unfortunately don't have any direct experience with it, but it seemed worthwhile to mention what it is, so that you guys have some context for why this particular Aojiru is so nasty.
Man.
You really need to get pumped up and tell yourself it's for your health. Ugh!
Nice.
Well, now that you're healthy, let's piece the hell out of here. And actually, I think we should go work at the Beef Bowl shop today. Because we definitely need to work on our proficiency.
I should write something.
And I probably better save just in case. I don't remember if this is going to be one of the days where we have to memorize orders, but in case it is,
Oh.
I would like to have a save file right outside.
What did you say?
A minute, guys. Weather is starting to warm up now, as a result of which bugs are starting to show up, and somehow they keep getting into my office. And I've spent the past few days searching for all possible places where they might be getting in, and I've sealed a bunch of spots up, but they still seem to keep getting in somehow. So every now and then, I have to get up and catch one and get rid of it, which is a pain, so I apologize for that. I did Burning Jalapeno, yes. Yeah, Ruggles, he's in here periodically. Yoshida is. Not all the time, but often. Yeah, unfortunately, Monotone. And unfortunately, most of the bugs that seem to be getting in here are Asian lady beetles, which are a huge pain because they fly around and hang around lights, and they also stink. It's these little shits. I hate them so much. Bad guy, what is this? Let's see. Holy... What? What the hell happened to this Jack Frost? He learned all evil moves.
You're mine.
Oh, very good. All right. Deathbone UK. Never seen any Persona game. Deathbone UK, I'm not entirely sure what you're asking. I am playing Persona 5 Royal, which is the expanded version of Persona 5. And whether or not we make it to 100%, I don't know. I'm certainly going to try, but there's a lot I'm not familiar with in this version. And I'm going to have to just kind of play it by ear as I go along and try and optimize things as best I can off the top of my head. Because I don't have a guide. I don't have a guide handy. I'm not even sure if a guide exists for Persona 5 Royal yet. I don't know if anybody's even written one, or at least I don't know if anyone's written one in English. And yeah, Monotone, but they stink. I'd honestly rather deal with the mites. And no, Burning Jalapeno, they were an introduced species. The Doctor, it's been quite different so far. Like, quite different. So Deathbone, I don't think... I mean, I would be very surprised if I managed to 100% this on the first playthrough of it. It does seem that way, Ruggles, yeah. Yeah, Bone Wheel. I have a lamp next to my TV that whatever bugs that get into my room seem to really like, which is a blessing and a curse, It's a curse because it means that all the bugs tend to congregate right in front of me. But it's a blessing because it at least makes it easy to find them and catch them. Oh, stink bugs, Sokar. Yeah, we have these here too. I definitely don't like them either, but I especially hate those damned Asian lady beetles. Oh, that's a good point, Sam. Oh, Deathbone, I see what you're asking. You're asking, is this the extent of the gameplay in Persona 5? Unfortunately, we don't have all that many opportunities to visit the dungeons in the early game. Pretty much the entire first 2 months are basically a giant tutorial. But no, Deathbone, it's about half real-life simulator and half dungeon crawler. You'll see the dungeon crawling hopefully in the next few days if I can manage to make it to Mementos during this stream and not get too sidetracked. Monotone, I've tried that. I've tried catching spiders and actually setting them up in the corner of my room right above the lamp. They don't catch the damn bugs that fly in here. They just sit there and hang out. Yeah, aphids are not a problem in a house, Sokar. They're a problem in a vegetable garden or on a farm. Yeah, Ruggles, that's a common way to go about it. A lot of people do. And I did it that way on my first playthrough of Persona 3. No problem, Clint. No problem at all. I can appreciate that. No, it's fine, Deathbone. It's not a dumb question at all. If you've only tuned in for the last stream or two, it's totally understandable that you would wonder if there's any combat in the game at all. Because we really haven't had that many opportunities to do much combat. You know, Bone Wheel, I would rather deal with Black Widows and Brown Recluses. And maybe even rattlesnakes. The rattlesnakes get in your house? Really? Yeah, but at the very least, a rattlesnake is big enough that it's relatively easy to find. You know, you spot it right away. I'd almost rather catch one rattlesnake a week than have to constantly be getting up during streams to catch individual ladybugs. I don't know, Ruggles. I'm not sure I agree with that. I think the challenge battles alone are reason enough to grind. Fair enough, Clint. Geez, Sound Void. It sounds like I'm not the only one with this rather irritating problem. Alright, well, there are a ton of customers coming in all of a sudden. You're gonna be bombarded with orders at this rate. Okay. Okay, so a medium barbecue bowl. Medium beef bowl. Medium foie gras roe. Large beef bowl.
Yes.
Okay, so first person ordered a medium barbecue bowl. Second person ordered a medium beef bowl.
Hey.
Third person ordered medium foie gras roe.
Nice.
And the fourth person ordered a large beef bowl, I think.
Well,
Now I just have to make everything.
You.
You appear to have a difficult time in there. Yeah, they're making me work all by myself. Man in suit. Can't you ask your manager to hire more people? You are extremely busy. Employees being overworked is becoming a real problem in the workplace. That's concerning. I should remember this.
Well then, I'll see you again.
I'll leave my payment here. Thank you for the food. Thanks, Yoshida. You're pretty cool. Except your tie makes you look like a clown.
hey, hey.
Wasn't that the politician who gives speeches in front of the station? He was worried about employees in the workplace, huh? Well, I think he knows who you are now. You should go to the station square again sometime soon.
My.
Oh, really, Psy Guy? He is? Whoa, good work. Seems there were a lot of customers today, but you handled it well on your own. We're as crowded today as we usually get on Yakiniku Day. I wonder if there was some event happening nearby.
Thanks in advance.
Paid you a little extra today. Good work. Keep it up. 8,800 yen. Well, that's about $90 for the night. That's not bad. That's at least a living wage, although for the amount of work I probably had to do for it, I'm not sure it's worth it.
Man.
You were amazing today dealing with so many orders. I'm sure it was rough, but I think you handled it all quite proficiently. Well, I guess we should go home soon.
What?
Whoa, what's up with the goggles? You going snowboarding or something? I hear the cedar's blooming later than usual. Climate change and what have you. Ugh, pollen allergies suck. Couldn't go to the mountains even if I wanted to. My eyes and nose would gush like rivers. That sounds awful.
Seems pretty rough.
Right, the news said pollen season was starting later than usual this year. Looks like the pollen problems have only just begun. People are about to have some itchy eyes. This might affect mementos the same way the weather does.
Morning.
You have allergies?
Allergies? Oh, maybe. I do feel kinda dazed and everything feels weird. But, actually, I've been having this feeling that someone's watching me. I hope not. Oh, maybe I just can't shake off the feeling of infiltrating a palace. At the palace, we're always cautious of not being noticed, you know? So it has to be my imagination. Yeah.
Hey, don't you think the atmosphere at school's kind of different now? You mean with there being no Kamoshida? Yeah, nobody ever talked about him out in the open like this before. That's true. Wish someone would just thank us for it or something. Either way, everything's worked out for the best. After all, Kamoshida's actually been punished for his crimes. That's victory enough for me. I agree. Wonder what's gonna happen to him now. I mean, he's a famous criminal at this point, right? He's gonna have to deal with people hating him forever. That might be true, but I don't have any sympathy for him. He got what he deserved. Oh my god. Clemps! Clemps! Clemps, what are you doing? Greetings, Clemps, and thank you so much for the raid. Welcome! Welcome to the Horde of Rats. Hello, everybody. Thank you all so much for coming to join us for some Persona 5 Royal. How is everybody? Clemps, how are you doing? I hope everybody's hanging in, staying safe, keeping occupied, and not too hungry. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Franz, and I play video games on the internet. Glad to hear it, Sharkblep. Hanging in is a whole order of magnitude better than it could be. Mel, you've been here. Don't act like you just rolled in. You were here. We talked about that pork shoulder you made the other day. Don't think I've forgotten already. Marilyn Jutsu, you hold me in such high esteem. I don't think I deserve that, but thank you. Well, alright, Rashus, if you want to split hairs like that, I put video games on stream and then forget to play them while I talk to chat about food. Yes, that's true. I can't deny that. Well, Clemps, it's good to see you, and I really appreciate the raid. I imagine you're probably off to get some dinner or some sleep. Or both. But if you do plan on sticking around and lurking, then I'm happy to have you. Consider yourself signed up, Do End of the World. Glad to have you on board. Yeah, Clint, or where she awakened to her persona off camera. Hey, I have some new info for you. I saw it on the fan site, but I've heard about it at school too. There's a guy at school whose bullying has gone too far. I want to help the victim, but that's impossible for me. But I bet the Phantom Thieves could do something about it. I mean, you already changed the heart of that stalker, so there should be a breeze, right? Piece of cake. You're amazing! The bully is a brown-haired guy frequently seen standing out front of the school entrance. From what I can tell, his name is Daisuke Takanashi. I know you can handle this. You got some info on a new target. I know this is a small case, but we have a name, so we should be able to consider him a target.
Yep.
Oh, are we gonna have to... We're all here. You want to go to Mementos, right? No, we're done with Kamoshida, Do. We're only barely beginning on Madarame. We haven't even met him yet. Well, Monotone, what do you want? Food you up. With what? Throw me a bone here, man. What do you want? Fish? Meat? Vegetables? Rice? Eggs? Varens, so far, it's made some very significant changes, yes. They've made some changes to the game systems and the battle systems. Some actually really interesting ones that I think, so far, I would say are all positive changes. they've also added a bunch of new dialogue, new cutscenes, new equipment, new characters, new personas. Rice and eggs and spinach. Astracat, let me blow your mind here. Check this out. I actually just recommended this to somebody the other day, Astracat, but this is an Indian dish consisting of spinach and cheese, and it is typically served over rice. I suppose you could add egg to it if you want. Ah, there you are, Clemps. No problem. I am doing all right, Clemps. How about yourself? How are you holding up? You hanging in? Ah, yes, Monotone, I do have a recommendation. Monotone, let me give you an idea. In fact, let me give you a couple of ideas. Variations on the same dish. But first of all, Monotone, this is a recommendation for calamari in a white wine sauce. No, Waltz Queen, I'll get to you. One thing at a time. Oh, Astracat, you're gonna love it. Palak Paneer is fantastic. It is an absolutely delicious dish. Pheasant from the store, Waltz Queen. Hang on, Waltz Queen, let me... Because we've got a queue now. I don't know why I'm surprised by this, but we've got a queue. Let me take care of one more variation on this for Monotone. And Monotone, let me give you you don't want tomatoes, Monotone, right? So let me give you a recommendation for a slight variant of that. And here we are. Here's one I think you'll really like. Linguini alla bucanera. Check this out, Monotone. Here's a good one. Alien, if it were fin fish, that'd be one thing. Calamari, though, does take to white wine and butter and garlic and a tiny, tiny bit of Parmesan fairly well. Yeah, try that one out, Monotone. That's a good one. That's one of my favorites. Really, Clint? No kidding. Yeah, I know, Rakish Sage. We did that already. Alright, now, Waltz Queen. Sokar, you can get paneer usually from an Asian grocery store. They'll usually have it. And you might be able to order it online as well. Oh, no kidding, Clint. I guess he must have really enjoyed it then. Yeah, Sound Void, I had to go to 3 separate grocery stores the other day. Just to get the stuff I needed for the week. Waltz Queen, to your request, let me give you a recommendation for a really nice herb roasted pheasant. If that's the route you're gonna go. Here's a really nice one. This one uses bacon. And this recipe also uses hazelnuts, Waltz Queen. You don't have to add the hazelnuts. In fact, I personally would leave them out. But let's get this posted. There you go. Yeah, Clemps, this is what I would call the definitive version of Persona 5. This has a ton of quality of life changes over the original version, which makes certain things a lot less irritating, and other things quite a bit more useful than they previously were. Or it makes certain things useful, period, that weren't useful before. Yeah, Waltz Queen, you can leave out the bacon if you want, but let me give you another one then. So, Clemps, for example, in the original version of Persona 5, the Baton Pass ability, which was quite crucial for being able to do optimal amounts of damage in battle, was something that you had to unlock by maxing out your social links. Well, not maxing them out. I think it was unlocked at like rank 3 or 4. But the point is, your characters didn't start with it. And in this version, they've made it so that every character starts with Baton Pass by default from the very beginning. As soon as you recruit them, everybody can just use it from the get-go. And that fundamentally changes the way that battles work. It changes the flow, it changes your strategy, it changes quite a lot. And then on top of that, there's a new mechanic called Disaster Shadows, which are basically shadows that are normal versions of the enemies that you've been fighting in each area, but they appear with like a glowing psychedelic aura on them, and they won't attack unless you attack them, but if you do attack them, they counterattack with a really powerful attack of some kind, and then when you kill them, they explode and damage all the other enemies in the battle. And the more damage you do to them on the killing blow, the more damage their explosion does to all the other enemies. Hey, Yami! A PS router? What? No, why? And here's another good one, Waltz Queen. There you go. Bacon-free, these two. Yeah, Varens, it is, and it means that you're no longer punished in battle for not focusing on leveling up the social links with your party. I haven't had a chance to watch it yet, Yami. I still have the tab open. I hope so too, Sam. Oh, and Clemps, another thing is, in the original version, you only had a limited amount of ammunition for your guns. You only had whatever ammo you brought into the metaverse. and it didn't refill your ammo until you leave. In this version, your ammo for your guns refills after every battle. So it makes it so that guns are actually usable, and you no longer have to only save your ammo for using a single shot against enemies that are weak against gun to knock them down. Also, Clemps, guns actually do pretty decent damage now. So they're useful for if you need to do more damage than your normal physical attack would do, or if you don't have a persona with gun skills and you want to do more than just knock an enemy down, you want to actually get some significant damage in on it, guns are useful for burst damage now as well. And I've heard that they made some changes to the Tower social link to the way that his gun perks work, but we haven't unlocked him yet, and we won't be able to access him for a while. So I haven't seen exactly what those are, but supposedly they're significant as well. Hey Chancho, welcome! Yeah, Varen's guns are viable now, as more than just one-shot weakness exploitation. Oh, do they, Sam? Alright, well, I'm looking forward to that. You got Orpheus from a fusion accident. Great. I don't know, Clemps. The original version of Persona 5 never came out on the Switch. I would be extremely surprised if this does either. I'm pretty sure this is going to stay a PS4 exclusive. Or, I mean, PS5 backwards compatible, maybe, but... Oddly enough, Ruggles, I don't know if the Gun Shop social link has changed that much. Because his perks were already really good. They were, hey, do you want to modify your guns? So I would be surprised if his abilities change all that much. But supposedly some of the other social links like Oya's that had absolutely worthless abilities have been changed. As a matter of fact, Clemps, I was talking to Pat the other day, and he showed me a list. Oh, Princess Cat Power! Oh my gosh. All the warriors are showing up today. Cat, thank you so much for the resub. How are you doing? It's so good to see you, Cat. I hope you're well. Hey, Azots. I will send you a virtual hug, Azots. I hope you're hanging in, too. Oh, I mean, they give you more reason to use his services, Ruggles, yeah. End of the World, supposedly his abilities were tweaked so that they now synergize better with guns as well. Apparently they're overall better, but they've been rebalanced a little bit, as I understand it. Oh, good. I'm so glad you're doing okay, Kat. I've been thinking about you a lot lately. I've been wanting to catch some of your streams, but I can't seem to manage to be available when you're streaming. So I'm really happy you were able to come join us. Yami, you're kidding. Hey, Sagari! Yeah, tell Pat shows up. Right, Clemps, I was talking to Pat the other day, and he gave me a list of some of the changes that were made to the Devil's social link, to Oya. And they're still not great, but they're a hell of a lot more useful than not being useful at all, which is what they were in P5 Vanilla. So even Oya's abilities are worth something now rather than nothing. Yeah, Ruggles, we've already started to see that a little bit. supposedly what that change was that on the nights where ordinarily you would have been stuck in LeBlanc and not allowed to do anything but go to bed, now you're allowed to do things inside LeBlanc, like craft infiltration tools, or clean the bathroom, or read, or study. All right, Alpaca, good luck. Oh, actually, Alpaca, check this out. I have a recommendation for you for your strategy, Alpaca, before you go. Let me just dig into... I actually spent pretty much an entire day a while ago organizing all of my my VODs into collections, so they should be a little bit easier. They should be a little bit easier to navigate. Let me... Here we go. All right, Alpaca. Here's this. Yeah, Varens, they haven't completely eliminated the forced go-to-bed times, but pretty much once you gain access to Kamoshida's palace, and the game really... well, once you gain access and then the game starts to get to the point where it's done being a gigantic tutorial, Morgana gets a lot less aggressive about telling you to go to bed. Oh, okay, perfect, Alpaca. Not dead, end of the world, but I guess we could say at this point that it's on life support. To which I say, good riddance. And bear in mind, those are only the changes I've seen about a month and a half into the game. People have been continually telling me that there's a lot more that's changed over the remainder of the game. You know, that the remaining 85% of the game that I haven't finished in this version yet. Yeah, sorry, Bone Wheel. I know, we really need to... We're all here. You want to go to Mementos, right? What are you talking about? Don't we need to study for exams? Alpaca, believe it or not, I didn't actually grind that much. What I did in that clip is I used a super broken synergy of abilities. Basically, there's an ability called Dark Might, which virtually guarantees critical hits during a new moon. There's another ability that stacks with it that's just called Might, which gives you a flat bonus to your critical hit chance. I think it's like 20% extra. And if you use Power Charge on a physical skill while under the effects of Dark Might and Might on a full or a new moon, you can something like quadruple the damage of the technique that you use if you are under the effects of Tarukaja and the target is under the effects of Rakunda. So what I basically did is I had a couple of my demons with Dark Might, Might, Power Charge, and a physical skill. I used Power Charge in advance and Tarukaja on the demons that were going to use the moves for the attack boost. And then I hit Matador with Rakunda to lower his defense. And I believe that ends up being something like 4 times, maybe 4.5 times the normal amount of damage. And Matador only has 1,000 HP. So, with a little bit of smart setup in advance, Alpaca, you don't even need to do that much grinding in order to two-shot him. Yeah, Ruggles, I did. I did get the accessory that lets you use diorama. No, Alpaca. I've played Nocturne before, but it was my first time playing it on stream. So I'm familiar with Nocturne. I was familiar with it when I recorded that clip. Definitely enough so to know how to prepare. But it was the first time I had an opportunity to show what happens when you prepare to that extent. You can pretty much do the same thing to the first couple of fiends in Nocturne that you fight, Alpaca. Honestly, Alpaca, it's not as annoying to set up as you might expect. Since you only need a few moves, you don't have to set up a perfectly min-max demon with 8 moves that are exactly what you want. All you need is a decent physical attacker, like Momonofu, which is what I used. And all you really need to do is give him Might, Dark Might, Power Charge, and he'll learn a physical move on his own as he levels up. So the setup for that isn't really too time-consuming to do. Later on, the optimal setups for super powerful physical attacking demons do get really annoying. But in the early game, you don't actually have to spend too much time on it, fortunately. Plus, that strategy works for pretty nearly any boss, since with most bosses you can manipulate the moon phase when you fight them, as long as you know where they are and what triggers the fight to start. Really, Ruggles, because I do have Shiki Oji already. I did fuse him. But I guess I'll find out what that is when I get there. Don't spoil it for me.
Let's go!
Don't worry about that stuff. Let's ignore the details and just go charging it. Well, at least he's honest about what makes him the worst character in the game. It's easy for you to say, but we don't even have a target.
Let's go.
It's actually not a problem anymore. Some intel has come in from Mishima.
All right.
Perfect timing. Let's just go in right now, then. You really do anything to avoid studying, huh? Yeah, he's very little if not consistent, Rashes. That much is certainly true. Confirming Memento's requests. I think this is pretty much the same. Hey, Meminim, welcome! Alright, I don't know that we actually want to... I don't know that we actually want to do that request right now, because it would kind of be a waste. The best way to handle requests is to build up several of them, and then go into Mementos all at once, and do multiple requests on one trip. Because that way you don't have to make a separate trip to Mementos for each request, and then end up wasting days that you could have used for maximizing your social stats or your social links. So what I think we're going to do instead is we're going to go hang out with Ryuji, because I want to work on his social link, and I believe... I'll have to double check what rank we're at, but... I think we are currently rank 4. Oh, we've got some new dialogue too, actually. He's the worst kind of teacher, committing sexual harassment while pretending to be so noble. Really, Rashus? Well, I'm looking forward to seeing that. Actually, Alpacalypse, it works the same way as it does in the Persona games. Demon Fusion is pretty much identical in Nocturne to Persona 3, 4, and 5. Other than that, in Nocturne, you have to re-roll the entire fusion in order to re-roll your skills, which is really annoying later on. But Alpaca, basically, you have a compendium at the Fusion Center, and you can see what moves all of the demons that you've seen or recruited have. And you can just withdraw demons or capture demons that have Dark Might or Might. I'm not saying you have to do it immediately, but just so that you know how it works. Make the effort to capture as many demons as you can, Alpaca, and eventually you'll just find ones that have the moves you want. And then you can fuse them at the Fusion Temple and withdraw them from the compendium as many times as you want once they have the moves you need, and kind of recombine them. Oh, you know what, Mehmetim? You got me. You got me. I know, the things he did probably scarred those girls for life. He kept hitting on Takamaki-san, right? I had the wrong idea about her. I should apologize later. What do we got? Oh, the volleyball team is going through such a huge mess right now. I was thinking about heading to Shibuya with my friends to clear my head, but you know if there's any seasonal goods or specials in Shibuya? Let's see, if you're hanging out with your friends, you should try Big Bang Burger. Their springtime item, Earth Burger, is both healthy and delicious. It's pretty big, so it's perfect for sharing. You can find a Big Bang Burger on sale. Who the hell shares a burger? Yeah, Kat, you really should give this one a try. And if you haven't already played it, now is the perfect time, because you can get Persona 5 Royal in English now. It just came out a few days ago. And Royal is the definitive version of this game. Not to mention, Kat, all of the DLC for Persona 5 Vanilla that was paid is now totally free with P5 Royal. So if you get Royal, you can download for free all the original DLC from Persona 5 Vanilla. All of it, all the costumes, all the music, all the personas. And I think it was originally like $100 for all of the DLC for Persona 5 Vanilla. So that's $100 worth of DLC for the original version of the game that they're just giving away now. Yeah, Sound Void, and in order to share a burger, you have to cut it in half. Who cuts a burger in half? Well, yeah, but Rashus, the point of that is you can't share it. Well, Azots, it was exactly $100. I remember they were selling the complete DLC bundle for P5 Vanilla for exactly $100 on PSN. At least North American PSN. They do, Psy Guy, but you can still fuse your normal personas, even if you have the DLC ones. Well, not every other game, Mehmetim, but a couple of them certainly are, yeah. Yeah, in Asia, Yami, but the burger didn't originate in Asia. In the countries the burger is actually from, cutting a burger in half and sharing it is something that only only like soccer moms do with their 8-year-old daughters sharing a burger. Alright, fair enough, the game is in Japan, Yami. But the concept of sharing a burger is not native to any of the countries that originally popularized hamburgers. Well, Sound Void, now's the perfect time. You can get the Royal Edition. No, Yami, because the shape of a burger makes it fall apart if you cut it in half. The whole point of a burger is that it needs to be intact in order for the stuff inside to stay in. If you cut a burger in half, unless it's a McDonald's burger that's more shaped like a sandwich anyway, but like a proper burger with a more rounded bun will fall apart if you cut it in half. Plus, Yami, yeah, you cut a big sandwich in half, but you still eat the whole sandwich yourself. Or I do. Alright, Yami, I respect that you're willing to die on that hill. You and I can agree that you're wrong, Yami, it's fine. I respect your hustle. Yeah, Yummy, who do I share that sandwich with? The complete stranger sitting at the table next to me? No, I never shared a deli sandwich, Yami. If I was going to a deli with a guest, I would get them their own sandwich. What is it? No, Ruggles, it's fine. I marvel every day at the fact that part of the way that I help keep the lights on and pay my bills is by arguing with my Taiwanese friend online about how you should or shouldn't eat a burger or a deli sandwich. Mel, this is what we call content. This is what you come here for. Oh yeah, no, Azot's not. This is a value add. I'm glad someone thinks so, Rashus. Yeah, Varens, but most of the people you give those sandwiches to still eat the whole sandwich. I will tell you guys, there is only one kind of sandwich that's meant for sharing. Only one kind. What the hell? Okay. There we are. The only kind of sandwich that is meant to be sliced up for sharing is this. Yeah, Varens, I hate to say it, but My mother is one of those weirdos. Although in her case, she does have a reason. My mother is trying to stick to a gluten-free diet. So she's avoiding bread, and she's also trying to avoid carbohydrates. So she's got two reasons for avoiding bread. And when she goes to a restaurant, if she orders anything with bread, she'll say, hey, could I please just have the fillings with no bread? Which is really awkward when all she wants is a ham sandwich. But, yeah, she's one of those people. Yami, I eat lunch alone at my desk. It's not like we have a communal cafeteria or anything. But yeah, that image... the image I just posted is something that, for those of you who are reacting with surprise, that's a thing that some delis do in the United States, where they'll get catering orders for a big office party or some other large event, and they'll get an order for a sandwich that's like 12 feet long, but the idea is, when the sandwich reaches its destination, or sometimes before it reaches its destination, it gets cut up into individual portions. And then everybody at the office, or, you know, the event, or wherever it is, can just take as many portions of the sandwich as they feel they want. When I think of a sandwich that's designed for sharing, that's what comes to my mind. Oh, I know, Neo Shadow. Some places do. But depending on what kind of item it is that you're ordering, sometimes, sometimes it's not practical. You almost ordered one of those once by mistake, Azots? Oh no. Yummy, but the point is, if I'm with a guest, if I have somebody with me, I will just get them their own sandwich. Ask Monotone. I dragged Monotone all over Boston during PAX East, and not once did I skimp on him at all. Yami. That Mexican restaurant that I uploaded the episode of Fine Dining for, Yami? I brought Monotone along with me and treated him to all kinds of different stuff there. Much better stuff than sandwiches, even. So no, I'm not some kind of selfish asshole. It's just, if you're gonna order a sandwich, you get a sandwich for you and a sandwich for your guest. And that way, your guest doesn't have to eat whatever kind of sandwich you get, and you don't have to eat whatever kind of sandwich your guest gets. Your guest might like mayonnaise, and you might hate it. I know, Sokar, I know. I'm not saying it's unusual to do that. I'm just talking about me personally. Empress Moth understands. Alright, well, anyway. Sandwich debate aside. Big Bang Burger, huh? Sounds good, thanks, I'll try it out. Oh, very good, Bone Wheel. You just missed a fairly passionate debate about whether or not you should slice a burger in half and share it. Yeah, Varens, Boar's Head is generally a little bit better than the store brands of cold cuts. They do have some nice stuff, the Boar's Head brand. But ideally, I like going to a butcher shop and getting stuff that they've made in-house. Granted, that's extremely expensive, so I can't afford to do it very often, but... Sokar, I appreciate it, but you don't have to reassure me. Yami is mostly teasing. Mostly. No, Yami, not necessarily. If there's a prior agreement that we're going to be ordering a bunch of small plates to share, then that's the agreement. That's fine. And if I've ordered something that somebody else wants to try, I don't mind giving them a little bit of mine. But it's a little bit trickier to do with a sandwich. Oh yeah, Varens, the seasonal, the pineapple turkey type stuff is weird, but Boarhead does a pretty good Bianco de Oro salami. And they also do a fairly good chorizo. Although their chorizo is kind of, it's kind of more in the vein of like a pepperoni, almost, but... Ah, that's a good way to start, Varens, yeah. I agree with that approach. Well, yeah, Yami, that's because China's a communist country. What do you expect? There's no such thing as your own anything in China. That bowl of rice belongs to the PRC. You're only renting it from society.
You're right.
Was there anything else that caught your attention? Was he acting any different after that strange posting went up? I think it was the same as always, but I'm not sure. I heard he's dangerous, so I try to keep my distance from him. Oh, Makoto's trying to gather dirt on me. What did you need? Being seen with you makes me feel nervous, but I can talk for a little bit. Got him, Yami. How's Kamoshida? I'm not sure. The police won't tell me anything. Maybe they don't expect much from a high school reporter, but I'm trying to do my job seriously. I want to get more info about it since everyone's so confused about what's going on. How are the students? Some students are taking time off because of the emotional shock. As for the volleyball team, some members are still sticking with the team, but that doesn't mean they forgive Mr. Kamoshida. Well, Varens, sometimes there's beauty in simplicity. What about the other teachers? They just keep telling everyone not to cause any trouble. I get that they're busy, but I feel like none of them actually care about us students. Sokar, I hate to say you've got a point there, but you've kinda got a point. Oh, actually... That Kamoshida thing came out of nowhere. He was like, I'll take responsibility by killing myself. But a morning assembly for the whole school? Maybe the Phantom Thieves of Hearts... Ah! What's wrong? I felt this sudden chill down my spine. Maybe I'm coming down with something. Haha! Yeah, Yummy, a traditional Chinese restaurant? I could understand. Honestly, Yami, I've seen it myself. I've been to Jingfong for dim sum. And I've seen all the groups of Chinese immigrants sitting around the tables just eating out of the same dishes with their chopsticks. Yeah, Clint, it is, isn't it? One of the things that I find most jarring about some of the interactions in this game. Alpaca, what is... Pone Australiano? Okay. Interesting. What is this? It looks like almost a... It looks like a rye kind of bread. It is fairly dark. Hey, John Moy, welcome! Good to see you. You're wondering if I know any good games that are around the €14 mark on the Switch. So, John Moy, I don't own a Switch. However, I would pitch that question to chat. If anybody in chat knows any good games on the Switch that are around €14 or like $12 or $13 US that they would recommend to John Moy, please throw him a recommendation in chat there. I would be happy to help myself, John Moy, but I have a feeling chat might be able to do better for you there than I can. Aha! Of course, Clint, of course. Of course you would recommend Salt and Sanctuary. Ha! Bonewheel, I'm glad Liberty Prime lives on. Yeah, Shepard, the unfortunate thing about Switch games is they're almost never on sale, from what I understand. I'm doing all right, thanks, John. How about you? All right, I think the reason this guy felt a chill was because of her. He's talking about Mr. Kamoshida. I wonder if those Phantom Thieves of Hearts really do exist. Oh no, if Ikesugi-kun's heart gets stolen, I'll knit him a scarf for his birthday. We'll be together. I just need to weave in my hair. Oh no. I think she might be crazy.
Oh!
Looks like all the upcoming events are posted. Yeah, I think we're gonna hang out with Ryuji. Because if Ryuji is at rank 4 now, then that means the next rank will be 5. And I believe it's at rank 5 that we unlock the gym. Looking for somewhere we can train. I finally found a spot. Yeah, okay, I think it is. We're free to do whatever we want. We've got Shikioji, so we're good to go. Let's hang out with him. Yeah, we unlock the gym now. Excellent. Really, Azots? I never seem to hear about Switch games being on sale.
Gotta be it.
Here we are, Protein Lovers Gym. It's pay per visit, so you don't gotta worry about any bullshit contracts or anything. The equipment's kinda crappy, but they got tons of variety. Plus, it's real damn cheap. Totally worth it even without a pool or hot tub.
By the way,
Yeah, you bring your stuff. Protein powder? Hell yeah, man. If you want to beef up, you gotta... Wait, that ain't it. I'm talking about spare undies. Oh, no. Getting back into your sweaty clothes after a nice hot shower is like the grossest goddamn thing. Oh, but don't go getting your hopes up. No way I'm gonna let you use mine. Wow, Ryuji.
wanna get going?
Anyways, let's head in. Oh no, Ryuji, I'm so disappointed that you won't lend me your underwear. My form's coming back, but I don't got any stamina. Sakamoto?
Morning.
Ikeda-senpai, what's bonkin? Bonkin? You say the strangest thing. Yeah, when I hear the word bonkin, I tend to think of a euphemism for sexual intercourse. Is that how you greet a friend? I'm trying to come up with some cool new slang. Maybe it'll catch on. You can't just do that! Oh, and you don't need to call me senpai anymore. I've already graduated, remember? Oh, John Moy, I can personally recommend The Messenger. It's a very good game, at least the first half is. I haven't actually played the second half. Welcome back, Monotone. Yami, I'm pretty sure everyone who's ever used the gym has had this conversation. I haven't seen you before. Were you on the track team? Him, he's a friend. By the time he showed up, the track team was already, well, you know. Speaking of which, how's your leg? Yeah, I'm managing. How about you, senpai? You still running? I actually joined my university's track team. You'd think I would have quit entirely after what happened. About that, I'm real sorry. No, I should be the one apologizing. I was supposed to be the leader of our team, yet I just resigned myself to Kamoshida's will. That's because you needed him to write you a letter of rec, right? You were just looking out for your future. But I still managed to F it up anyways. Kamoshida clearly never intended on writing my letter of recommendation. You were just his excuse not to. And honestly, I enjoy where I am now. The track team ain't anything special, but it's perfect for me. Yes, Sam! My God, man. John Moy, just because the old FF7 never appealed to you does not mean the new one won't. The gameplay has changed quite a lot. Probably in a way that you'll appreciate. So in truth, I should be thanking you for what you did, Sakamoto. Senpai, I've always regretted not doing more to protect you guys. But I heard some good news recently. The Shujin track team is being reinstated.
For real?
I mean, Kamoshida confessed all the horrible stuff he did, right? I guess the school got the old team together and told them they want to try starting it up again. Nobody told me about that. Huh, odd. The rumors got as far as me, and I'm not even a student anymore. They probably went out of their way not to, huh? That's a good one, Clint. I like that. I'm gonna use that. Next time you stop in at the beginning of a stream, Clint, I'm gonna be like, hey, Clint, howdy do? What's fucking? Wow, Varens. Yeah, you guys were not slow to come up with some hot new slang. Jesus Christ, Slime King Mike. That's a little forward. Anyway, I heard they're gonna get Mr. Yamauchi as their new advisor.
Huh?
Yamauchi? Hold up, that Yamauchi? Yeah, the one who is basically Kamoshida's lapdog. Apparently he volunteered. He's really enthusiastic about pulling the track team up from the ashes. He is? You know, now that the team is being reinstated, there's no need for any bad blood, right? Why don't you go talk to him? I'm sure they could use someone with your passion. Dear God, Yami. Sage. Well, Black Orchid, that's not where I would have thought it would go, but that's one avenue, I suppose. Yeah. So the track team's coming back. Good for them. You seem conflicted. Nah, not really. For real though, I'm glad the team's coming back. It's sweet that Nakaoka and them can start training again. But I'm still worried about their advisor, Yamauchi. He's basically like a mini Kamoshida. So he's short? Nah, He's an asshole, clearly. Basically, he'd always yell at us at practice, but then he'd be a huge kiss-ass when our parents were around. Ugh, I can't believe a moron like that's going to be advising the track team. He doesn't even teach PE. He's got to be up to something. I'll do some research. There's a chance I'm going to need your help, too, okay? You'd be free to lend me a hand if I need it, yeah? I'll be counting on you. Feel like my bond with Ryuji's growing deeper.
All right.
Well, my chariot personas are going to be pretty sick. Alright, we don't got time to be messing around here anymore. Let's head back home. Wait, I gotta shower first.
See ya.
Chancho, I see you're a fan of Pat and Wooly. Yo, what's oh god, here we go again. Freaking what's bonkin'? About that stuff today, I can't really let myself be happy about the track team starting up again. Like I said earlier, there's just something fishy about Yamauchi being the advisor. But I mean, if anything happens, I know you got my back, so I ain't too worried. Don't worry, I gotcha. Thanks, man, I knew I could count on you. I mean, we don't know for sure if anything sketchy's going on. When I get these gut feelings, they're usually right. Well, I mean, when we distrust rotten adults in Persona 5, usually it turns out there's a good reason why. Well, if I hear anything, I'll hit you up. Yeah, Saidaku, I'll get right on that.
Ah, you're back.
I sure am. Come to think of it, that guy who approached you in the beef bowl shop was a politician, right? He apparently gives speeches at Shibuya Station, but you can't judge a book by its cover.
Yo.
Another box came for you.
Hey.
What'd you get? Mega Fertilizer and Garden Energy.
Oh.
Must be what you ordered off the TV. Yeah, man. Delivery times are shorter than ever now. Rakish Sage, my biggest worry is that some of these are going to persist for future streams. That I'm gonna arrive for a stream 7 months from now. And Aquamancer's just gonna come in and go, "Hey Spy, what's frappin'?" Well, that's how it goes around here, John Moy. You ask for suggestions, people are only happy to oblige. I hope you've got some good ideas now. He is cool, Bone Score. Soji's... Honestly, Soji is the best father figure out of any of the new Persona games. Granted, the father figure in Persona 3 turned out to be one of the villains. The one in Persona 4 was a neglectful, selfish, deluded idiot.
Thanks for that.
So there's not exactly much competition. Hey, Ebawera, how you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. Honestly, John Moy, the Messenger is a good choice. I think you'll quite like the Messenger. It's got some good writing in it, I'll tell you that much. And the gameplay's pretty fun too. It's quite platforming oriented, I will tell you that. What do you mean Doji must find Saidaku? He's currently constantly running out on Nanako. Leaving her alone because he's obsessed with finding his wife's killer. Meanwhile, his daughter is growing up all by herself. It's pretty good, Ebawera. The differences are very significant. Major overhaul to certain game systems like Baton Pass and guns. Pretty much every change I've seen so far has been for the better. Yeah, Saidaku, but not till the very end. He remains that neglectful dad for most of the game. He does come around at the end, yes, but...
Will it always be burning down the walls? Is there a way for me to break? I'm a sharpshooter at Paul's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a sharpshooter. Have no face to show. Please don't take off my
Yeah, exactly, Shepard, exactly.
mask.
Yeah, Yami, but in a typical Japanese police family, there would be a mother staying at home to raise the kids. Ore no Beiko? Okay. Exams are such a downer. Hang on a minute, guys. Might have to go close my window.
Where have you been? Been searching all along. Can face it while I'm
Ugh, yep. Okay.
without a clue, without a sign.
Yeah, Saidaku, apparently the part-time jobs will text you now. I don't remember that being a thing in vanilla either.
Where have I been?
Which is nice, because now it lets you know when you can go into work.
At Paul's masquerade, hiding both face and mind, all free for you to draw. I'm a chef.
Oh, I see, Yami, I see.
What else should I be? Please don't take off my mask, revealing dawn.
I've watched a little bit of anime, Yami, but not any police anime. Alright, well... I'm already bummed about tests coming up. I'm in trouble for anything that's not English. I haven't been studying at all. Maybe we can make some progress if we keep an eye on each other. Want to study together?
To be found
We'll decide later.
right in front of me. That's where I found
Let's see, what could we do tonight?
reflecting that's a truth. It's only worse not to be
Actually, Morgana did hint that we could go talk to Yoshida. So maybe we should.
at Paul's masquerade, hiding both face and mind.
I think he's on Central Street. Oh, no, he's, wait a minute, what? Oh, there's Mishima. What are you doing here?
My nose is all
I heard the
itchy.
pollen is really bad this year. Are you okay, Barakan? You'd seriously look like a criminal if you had one of those allergy masks to go along with your cool glasses. Remember that horrible person I texted you about? You're gonna change their heart, right? I believe if anyone can do it, it's the Phantom Thieves.
Ugh, my eyes are so watery.
Oh, and you know what? I think we probably ought to check with Crime Bro and see if he has any new tasties. I want to make a purchase. Buy Rainish
Okay.
Weapon.
Sounds good.
Oh, he doesn't. Damn it.
All right. All right, which one?
All right, I guess
Come
he's
again.
not going to have any new stock for a while. Yeah, that's the politician, Schreier. He should be right over... There he is. Hey, listen up, man. Our club's the best in the world. We always go all out. Just back from vacay and ready to partay. Vacay? This has been going on non-stop since the pledge party. These guys are hardcore. Oh, and how about that? Look at this. They added a particle effect for pollen warning. That yellow stuff floating in the air, that's supposed to be pollen. And it's a huge, huge problem in Japan because ethnically Japanese people have a genetic predisposition to hay fever. It's huge in Japan. Hay fever is really, really common there, which is one of the reasons they wear those surgical masks during pollen season. Both because everyone else is sneezing and to keep the pollen out and their own germs in. That's neat. I don't remember the little pollen effects from vanilla. Hey, Waifung. Alright, what do we got? Hear about that famous teacher who's now involved in a scandal? Not very smart of him. Yeah, sexual harassment, such deviant behavior. The media's gonna have a feeding frenzy. With the internet, even minor incidents can become sensationalized nowadays. We should try to avoid a scandal. We don't want to bring shame to our company. Can't let our wives find out we're banging side chicks.
Please consider what I have to
There have
say.
been far too many incidents recently to ignore. Can anyone deny this? The runaway train incident, mysterious psychotic breakdowns, the school with a corrupt teacher. We have yet to discover the truth of it all. The apathy that permeates society is a direct result of negligence by our government and the media.
You.
You're listening quite attentively. Are you interested in politics? I mean, I hate politics, but I keep myself informed because I have to, and it's bad to be ignorant. Oh, that might be it, Clint. Right. Okay. Are you a college student? I'm delighted to captivate the interest of someone your age. Haven't I seen you somewhere before? Oh, you were working at the beef bowl shop. You have a lot of perseverance for a young person.
If you'd like.
If you're interested, I could use your help. I want to change the state of this country, and to do so, I need the power of the youth. However, due to certain regulations, I can't offer a job to a student. I was thinking you could learn some things if you chose to attend a few of my speeches, though. Sign me up. You seem cool. Oh, absolutely, plebeian noob. If you've never finished the regular version, I'm only a short way into the game so far in Royal, and I've already noticed some significant and in certain cases drastic differences. And all of the differences are for the better. Schreier, his sash says kind society and I think bright future. If he does, Azots, I'll throw him some change. That would be helpful indeed. Well then, would you mind telling me your name and contact info? You're a student from Shujin, huh? It's nice to meet you. I am Toranosuke Yoshida. I used to be a member of the Diet, but no longer. The past 20 years, I've lost 7 straight elections. This isn't good. I'm dwelling on the negative right before my speech.
Very well.
Well then, I hope I can count on your help immediately.
Everyone.
The lines of what is considered right and wrong in society today have been blurred. With common sense no longer our guide, we make decisions based on our selfish wants and desires. This has resulted in a deluge of self-centered people who delight in taking advantage of the weak.
However,
Yeah, fake waifu, those were the first thing that really struck me, other than, of course, the fact that the new character was involved in the intro sequence, and that apparently there's a grappling hook now. But there's a lot more as well. However, even in this modern day and age, it is imperative that we act in the best interests of all. A world where it is acceptable to trample on the rights of others for your own benefit. A world where the young exist only to be exploited is a world that must be changed. Huh, easy for him to say. Old-timers like me have our hands full taking care of ourselves. He's actually making some good points, but he's a no-name. He probably won't get too far. Nothing's gonna change, we'll just keep getting exploited. What's this wannabe politician blathering about now? He isn't even affiliated with a party. How about you just leave matters of state in the capable hands of the liberal Co-Prosperity Party? You mustn't base your decisions on whom to support merely according to the party they belong to. Damn right. Ah, just shut up already. You're a washed-up politician. If I'm chosen to represent the will of the people, then I'm fully prepared to, in the best interest of all, save the blathering for when you get elected, if you get elected.
thank you.
Tough crowd tonight. He be saying dem truths, Saidaku. Thank you, that's all for today. Oh, what did you think of my speech? The best interests of all.
I'm glad.
Indeed, do you feel the same? Such as I am, I'd like to believe that I'm capable of giving a moving speech. However, there are times like today when the audience has a difference of opinion on a topic. Some feel I should concentrate on getting elected before I worry about others. Do you agree? You have my support.
Thank you.
Encouraging to know that my message has won you over. Besides, I've grown quite accustomed to those types of reactions.
No.
Although, I don't know if that is necessarily a good thing. Maybe a little bit more moderate, Sokar, but kind of. Regardless, no matter what they say, I must continue on. Yeah, Yoshida's better than any of the actual candidates we have for 2020, Sam, isn't he? I think I can learn a lot by listening to Yoshida's speeches.
Well then, I shall see you again
Perhaps
soon.
I'll ask for your impressions again sometime. So we have to complete this event before we can actually open up his social link. We don't actually get a rank up.
It looks like you're attending school seriously.
What's it to you?
You also seem pretty close with Takamaki-san if you're both coming to school together. You just transferred here, though. I guess you two really click.
Oh, sorry to hear it, Sugar Crow, but go get some rest. Take care of yourself, okay? Rest up, get plenty of sleep, and snuggle with those adorable little cats. Well, true, Clint. Good night, Sugar Crow. Only for one character so far, Shepard, that I've noticed. We're in the same class.
I see. You seemed a lot closer than that yesterday morning. I heard she was a victim of Mr. Kamoshida. But was that all there was to it? Either way, closer inspection should clear everything up. Goodbye.
Ahem.
Exams start tomorrow. Are you all ready?
Well,
Now
shall
then,
we
picking
begin?
up from last time. The end of the Heian period marks the rise of the samurai, which I'm sure you've all been waiting for. As described in the tale of the Heike, there was a time when all that was great would fall from grace. Wasn't unusual for the heroes of yesterday to be struck down as rebels of the present day. Alright, Mortefera, get some rest and enjoy Salt and Sanctuary. It's a good game. By the way, the sympathizing with the loser or the weak is called magistrate's patronage. The term came from Minamoto no Yoshitsune's position, and it also became a way of referring to him as well. Alright, Barakan-kun.
Do you know the answer?
You know the time period Yoshitsune was active in, don't you? I mean, yes, it was the Heian era.
This is it.
Correct.
He supported his brother Yoritomo during the Heian period. But despite his contributions in defeating the Taira, he was driven out by his brother and ultimately executed. However, in the centuries that followed, Yoshitsune became more popular as a tragic hero. Wow, really? Barakan-kun seems kind of smart, doesn't he?
Nice go!
Wow. Oh, and I think, yep, we just ranked up our knowledge. And not a moment too soon, with exams tomorrow.
All right.
Rather than siding with the one who has overwhelming power, people prefer the underdog opposing them. Sort of like rooting for a minor league baseball team instead of an all-star major league one.
Yep.
I can understand that. It's like if I don't root for them, then who will?
What are your thoughts?
If you're confident in your exams, you could always liven the day up and head to Mementos. Wow, Clint. Fake waifu, are you talking about the Reaper? Oh, okay, fake waifu, I see. Somebody exclusive to that game, I'm guessing. Because the only character in the new Persona series, well, the newest 3 Persona games that I know of with 2 revolvers is the Reaper. But I haven't played Scramble, so... Alright, and actually, it'd be nice if we could get some info on a target. Yeah, no, we're not gonna worry about mementos just yet. Strengthening my heart. It's kind of hard to do by myself. Will you train with me? We're actually gonna go hang out with Ryuji for the moment. Wait, is this supposed to be the Phantom Thieves logo? It looks kinda dumb. There we go. All right, Ryuji.
I'll just
Actually, we probably would be well served with a save here.
Yo.
Yeah, Chancho. I think the whole idea is, because this is a Japanese game, and it follows a lot of the Japanese tropes, everybody is completely dumb and oblivious to everything, so they don't notice Morgana sticking his head out of the backpack. No, Sokar, it's that we have other priorities at the moment.
By the way,
Remember that guy Yamauchi I was talking about before? The mini Kamoshida? Yeah, that's him. Well, he's going to be the new track team advisor. You don't give a rat's... You don't give a rat's ass about the sport, though, or even the students. So you see, I heard this rumor. Apparently he's got in trouble at school before with his drinking, but that hasn't kept him from going out. I was thinking maybe he'd let some shit slip when he's drunk. We should totally try and tail him sometime. I'll look into where he goes to drink. What's the plan for today, though? You gonna train with me? Yeah, I think we should. Let's get changed then. We can meet at, somewhere's gotta be open. Let's try looking around school. Man, we really don't got a good place to train, huh? I mean, we'd probably run into Nakaoka and them if we stuck around here. You got any ideas? We can train at my place. You seriously think we'd get any training done there? I bet we'd just end up eating ice cream and playing video games all day long. That's just kind of what happens, you know? I guess it wouldn't hurt to peek around the gym. If they ain't there, maybe we can... Urgh!
Whoa!
Nakaoka? Bone Wheel, we don't actually possess regulated weapons. The guns are airsoft. And we're not breaking any laws specifically. Akira XX, I would say so far that it is. I've noticed some very significant differences, and a couple of dramatic differences, especially with regards to some quality of life changes. The changes, especially quality of life-wise, are so far universally positive ones. Everything I've noticed so far that's different has universally been different in a good way. A Twitch Sings stream? No, not that I know of. Although if you want, I could perform for you my rendition of the opening theme of Persona 5. I'm not actually going to do that. Yes, Glue Man, it does. Takeishi, the hell you guys doing? We just have a few questions for Nakaoka here. It's none of your business. So what, you gonna ask him questions with your fists? And anyways, ain't a 3-on-1 kinda cowardly? The only coward here is Nakaoka. All the shit Kamoshida put us through is his fault. He was telling that bastard secrets about us the whole time.
What?
Huh? That's a load of bull. You guys should trust Nakaoka. That's right, you've been training together for freaking forever. Plus, ain't the track team coming back? You don't gotta fight. Shut up. I'm telling you, this piece of shit sold us out. How do you think Kamoshida found out about your parents, Sakamoto? He's gotta be a snitch.
Whoa!
Hold up. Out of the way, Sakamoto. We'll beat the shit out of you too if we need to. You think that's gonna make you feel better? Go for it. But you're gonna wish you didn't. Trust me, it feels real bad looking back on shitty stuff you've done. Huh? Look, even if Nakaoka was working with Kamoshida, ain't it fine now? The bastard's gone, so you guys can just put this crap behind you. Burning Jalapeno, you don't need to donate anything. Let me give you a sample. There it is. Yeah, of course it is, Clint. It's the only example I have. I have it just so that I can hand it out at times like this. Well, you do now, Clint. I don't actually have any other videos like that. So you do, yeah, you do know in this case. Yeah, Sokar, the biggest problem here is this mature, restrained, self-controlled Ryuji is not the same Ryuji that you interact with during the main story. This is the social link Ryuji, who has a completely different personality in this regard than the storyline Ryuji, whose unbelievable, unrealistic stupidity is just used to force the plot along. Hell yeah, Vanguard! One punch! We can't keep people around who are gonna try and undermine our team. But I didn't do anything! I wasn't working with Kamoshida. No matter how much you hit me, my answer's gonna stay the same. Oh yeah? We've got proof. Yamauchi told us all about it.
Huh?
Yamauchi? Come on, Takeshi, we gotta get out of here. It'd be real bad if anyone else showed up. Nakaoka, shit like you isn't welcome on our new track team. You better remember that. You okay? What the hell was all that? Just stay out of this, Sakamoto. It has nothing to do with you. But when you hit Kamoshida, you were really hitting all of us who tried so hard to endure his bullshit. You might have felt relieved, but it only made life harder for us. 'Cause of you, we lost the only place we could vent our frustrations. The one place we could really belong. Tensions got pretty high after that, and things have just been kinda rough from then on. You really think it's all fine now, huh? Well, what if I told you they're right about me? Would you still think it's fine if I was the one who told Kamoshida about your parents? Yeah. If you told him, you told him. I'm over all that stuff with my parents anyway. Besides, I've realized something, Nakaoka. I might have messed up with Kamoshida back then, but hanging on to the past ain't gonna help anything. I'm just gonna focus on being myself now, on being free. What are you talking about? Free, huh? Ha.
Hey.
Slime King, you did... Oh my god. I can't believe you just did that, Slime King. Peter, you get what I'm trying to say, yeah? Absolutely. Right? He's the one who wasn't making any sense. I guess being free is like how I feel when I'm talking to you, man. Can you explain that? Oh, I don't know how else to explain. I just feel free. Huh? What, we stuck on repeat or something? Haha. Yeah, Sokar, especially considering that he's made so much personal progress in his social link, and he'll make even more by the end. It's just not reflected at all in the main story. And it's not really as big a problem for the other characters, because they're usually not used as much to force the story along as Ryuji is. He is by far the biggest culprit for that. You got me there, Slime King. I guess it is.
All right.
Man, that was some funny shit. So much for training, though, huh? Come on, let's
go.
get out of here. We should grab ramen on the way home. Yo, you good right now? All that mess with the track team. Guess I was right about my gut feeling. And Nakaoka can get weirdly stubborn sometimes. He'll keep his mouth shut whether or not someone's punching him. So he should have punched back? Whoa, hey, that's not what I'm saying. No violence, period. I thought you're supposed to be the pacifist here. Look, I'm just saying there's got to be another way to solve this instead of just going dark. And that bastard Yamauchi's name came up again. I swear, something about that dude is so shady. Okay, that's it. I'm gonna do a full investigation. I'll hit you up if I find anything. Later. Hey, Topsy, how you doing? No, Memidim, it's not that. It's just...
Hey,
Ryuji was already used so heavily to force the plot along throughout the game by being his pre-social link self that no matter when you do his social link, it just doesn't fit regardless. Wonder if that Yoshida guy is giving a speech in Shibuya again today. Exams soon, huh? Exams are coming up soon. You're not getting a jump on studying without me, right? Right? You're gonna do it. You want to do it together? I'm in serious trouble. No, actually. Oh, there's a crossword puzzle.
I should
Perfect.
write something.
And then I think we should go talk to Broshida. Because we are going to want his perks. His perks are pretty good. Alright, let's see about this crossword. Oh, okay, Topsy. Well, I'm glad to hear that third shift is going well. You'll get accustomed to it in time, Topsy. And before you know it, it'll be second nature, if it isn't already. The only problem is getting up with time to buy groceries before all the stores close. Oh, that's fantastic, Bone Score. I don't know why I'm surprised that one exists. Mordred, you mean the challenge battles? I did mess around with that a little bit. Oh, probably copyright. Yeah, I knew it, Fake Waifu. That figures. Yeah, but I bet someone will just redistribute it, though, Fake Waifu. It'll pop up on the Pirate Bay or something. I'm sure it's still out there. Yeah, Topsy, it'll take a few days to acclimate, but you'll get there. Alright, what I'm gonna do here... And I hope you'll all forgive me, but I'm gonna just switch on emote-only mode so that I don't get spoiled on the solution to this puzzle again. What are the May Blues? Doom's Partner. Plant Disease. Dull Pain. Well, dull pain is an ache. Ache. Plant disease. Doom's partner. And across the May Blue. Hang on a minute. May Blues, and it ends with E. Ends with E. How many letters? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7-letter word ending with E. May Blues. Sam, goddammit! Don't try me, man. Doom's partner. I wonder if that's supposed to be sloth. L-O-T-H. Oh, wait a minute. Is it Malaise? M-A-L-A-I-S. Oh, I'm missing the S. Maybe it's not sloth. Maybe... Well, I guess the one down wasn't the right word, but let's see. Oh, it is! Okay, well... Emote-only mode is off. In Japan, the May Blues are named such due to the change of seasons and the number of people who fall ill after the long holiday at April's end. Oh, doom and gloom! I don't know where the hell I got sloth. Yeah, that's true, Waltz Queen. Doom and gloom, right. I forgot that that expression existed in English. Similar terms are used across the world. Students in the USA get the September blues after summer vacation, while the UK has the January blues to contend with, and people who pull out too early have blue balls.
All right.
I see.
Even I couldn't figure that one out.
Nice.
Maybe I got a bit smarter solving all these crosswords. Okay, well... Shelty, it's an emote. This emote specifically. They're a lot more powerful, Burning Jalapeno, and they're much more useful now. And yeah, as you can see, Hjalti, a lot of different channels have a variation of it. What is fake waifu? Beneath the mask, or the fact that guns are useful now? Oh, the guns. Yeah, it is really nice that they're actually worth using for things beyond just shooting one bullet at an enemy that's weak to gun damage. . Yeah, Bone Score, and Pogs didn't really last all that long, did they? They were around for a year or two, and then they quickly fell out of favor.
What would you like?
Alright, let's go hang out with Broshida, I think. A famous teacher caught sexually harassing students. It's hard to trust adults in this world. That's why I poured my soul into this song to help restore our hope. I give you Breaking School. Breaking, breaking, class schedules. Breaking, breaking, time to go home. Be firm, be strong, don't lose resolve. Who the hell hid my slippers? I'll fill your desk with fried dough. Thanks, baby. Could you feel the passion of my soul? Fried dough? You don't get it? Well, I guess American Pie is more rock and roll than fried dough. What? Yoshida, I think that guy over there with the guitar is doing drugs.
Please consider what I have to say.
Alright. Hey, about Yoshida's speech skills, we should make use of them when you negotiate with Shadows. Good idea. Right, you should ask him. Teach you how to give speeches? Why? Yeah, Warrior, you're correct, but my god, please, tiny URL that next time. Literally my whole chat. Narcana. Oh my god, Petty Funk. It's alright, Warrior. It's just on mobile that takes up an entire screen, and it takes up quite a lot in the web app as well. But you're correct, Warrior, that's what it is from. I believe the PogChamp emote is Gutex. I want to do what you do. I'd love to help you, though how shall I teach you? It's time for my speech. Let's talk about this later.
And while our society appears to be prosperous, many of our young people are quietly suffering. They lack jobs, security, savings. The next generation will lead us into the future. And yet they have no plan for how to arrive there.
Watch where you're going, you little shit. You bumped into me, you old goat.
This isn't good.
Mediate, leave them be, or relocate. We're gonna end up having to mediate.
Yes, let's. Good citizens, please stop fighting. What is the point of bickering over such a trivial matter?
This is none of your business.
Yeah, seriously, just shut up.
What's with this guy?
Now, if you'll please excuse me, I must return to my speech. Together, we can create a bright future for the next generation.
Ugh. God, so righteous. That really annoys me.
I really
Enough,
phone
your
in my
arrogance,
voice
no
lines.
Good, Tora. What? As if anyone would actually vote for you! Are you planning to embezzle funds again? Or maybe criticize one of your constituents again? You criminal!
No, that was all in the past.
This is voice now. It wasn't before in vanilla.
I've gone and done it again.
That's campaign obstruction.
Yes, but I cannot say that to the crowd before an election. Regardless, whenever someone calls me no good Torah, I panic. I went through quite an ordeal 20 years ago.
Yeah, Rakish Sage, the throwaway NPCs appear to be voiced by the interns at Atlas who bring the coffee. Totally phoned in. Oh, that's weird, Shinnywing. You should report that. Oh, yeah, please do, Rashus. I did miss it before. If you want to post it again, feel free. You got a smoker and a slab of pork belly. Bonewheel, let me give you a recipe for a nice barbecue rub that you can use for your pork belly to smoke it. Let me give you a nice... Let me give you a nice, there we go. So, Bonewheel, this is a recipe for ribs, but you can prepare the sauce the same way. And that'll give you a really good result, but let me get you a recipe for the rub itself. It'll be a different recipe for the rub, but... Here we go. So, what I recommend is put this rub together beforehand, or you could use the sauce from the ribs recipe, Bonewheel, and then baste your pork belly in the sauce and then put it in the smoker. No problem, Bonewheel. I hope that helps. That ought to do. Yeah, Bonewheel, you'd be very hard-pressed to find enough pig's blood of a decent enough quality. You'd really have to go to a private butcher for that, Bonewheel. And even then, they're probably all bought out. What I recommend doing instead, Bonewheel, is you can use a little bit of apple cider vinegar and mix that with a little bit of... If you want, you can mix it with maple syrup or honey or some other kind of vinegar if you like. Or red wine, I've heard does well with that as well, although I've never tried using red wine for that. But you can make sort of a wet brine and then brine your pork belly in that and then coat it with the dry brine afterward because it'll help the dry brine stick. And then smoke it. And you can also, if you want, You can put your pork belly in like one of those aluminum oven pans in the smoker, if the smoker is big enough, and braise it in a little bit of the barbecue liquid. Yeah, unfortunately, Glue Man, they're probably all gonna be. My favorite is coconut yogurt, Musti. Hey, Log, welcome. Oh, I hate when that happens, Mel. Coconut yogurt is fantastic, Waltz Queen, and as a matter of fact, coconut yogurt can be improved even a little bit more by adding some chunks of fresh pineapple to it. But I personally like coconut yogurt just by itself. The coconut goes really nicely. So, Waltz Queen, if you haven't tried it, recently, the last time I was in America, in fact, when I went for PAX East, I discovered that there's a new product in America. And let me get you a picture of it. But it is so far the best tasting coconut yogurt I've had. Let me copy this. If you have an opportunity to find this one, Waltz Queen, you should try it. But Chobani makes a good coconut yogurt, and you can make coconut yogurt yourself. I don't know, Waltz Queen. I like black licorice too. It's just too strong a flavor for a lot of people, I think, in the case of black licorice. Yeah, Musti, I've done that at Thai restaurants before. It's really nice. No, yogurt with coconut, Sokar. Like regular dairy yogurt with coconut added. Not yogurt based on coconut oil or anything like that. No problem, Normalin. Enjoy your lurk. Not a fan, huh, Adalakas? Not everything is for everybody. Oh yeah, Sokar, I've seen this stuff. No, this is not what I was talking about. The picture that I tagged to Waltz Queen is more along the lines of the example I was trying to give. Really, Bone Wheel? That's interesting. I'm surprised to hear that. Hey, Section 8, no, so far so good. They haven't given me any trouble yet, fortunately. And if they haven't by now, I don't think they're going to.
Let me explain. I used to be a member of the National Diet. I was elected during the rise of the Kuramoto children. We were backed by powerful Diet members. This was about 20 years ago. I was very inexperienced back then, both as a politician as well as a human being. That inexperience led me to be involved in a series of major political scandals. People refer to my blunders as no-good Taurus 3 strikes. The first was being caught missing a legislative meeting to take a personal vacation. Then, I was accused of embezzling a large sum of money from the party, giving me 2 strikes. Finally, I called a voter an idiot at an open forum, which resulted in scandal and strike 3. I was out and branded a washed-up politician. You said you wanted to become a member of the Diet. But do you see the man before you?
A questionable background accused of embezzlement? Sounds like just the kind of guy I want to hang out with. However, he has conviction and wants to change the world. Public speaking skills could be useful to the Phantom Thieves, so I'll make a deal with him.
Do you really want to receive my guidance?
I don't care about your past. No, Section 8, I haven't. And Musti, so far, I think it's the quality of life changes. Probably Morgana not forcing me to go to bed all the damn time. And also the fact that guns are useful now. And, you know, just the general quality of life.
I'm happy to hear that. However, everyone says I have no chance to get elected. So why come to me?
I like your technique.
You mean giving speeches? I'm afraid I'm not so great that you'd be able to learn anything. The most important part about giving a good speech is believing in yourself. Perhaps one day I will believe in myself again. But you sure got me there. You're a strange young man. Very well. If learning how to give a great speech is what you seek, then I'd be happy to instruct you. In exchange, I would like for you to continue assisting me. Let's get started, shall we?
Not as much, plebeian noob, no. They really dialed it back. Most of the nights that he would have forced you to go to bed in vanilla, you are now allowed to stay up and do stuff around LeBlanc. Like study or craft tools.
Staging your crimes with calling cards. It's hard to believe that a student could manage this alone. An adult. For example, someone talented enough to move people with words. Perhaps they coached you. Isn't that right?
I am thou. It is the
Oh, we don't get anything at rank 1, huh?
All right. Let's pursue your dream of becoming a member of the Diet. Oh my, we've been talking for far too long. Let's call it quits for today.
I'll try to remember Section 8.
You.
Barakan-kun. I'm sorry, there's something I forgot to mention. It's about my speech schedules from this point on. Will you be willing to stick around to hear it? Of course. Thank you. Don't worry, it won't take long. I'll be here giving my speeches every Sunday. You're welcome to drop by and help whenever you've got the time.
Well then, I shall see you
That's
again
all I
soon.
wanted to say. Now be careful on your way home. Can't believe this. A school assembly during exam week? The hell are they thinking? It's the day after tomorrow, right? I wonder if it's going to be about Mr. Kamoshida again. Ugh, I can't believe the school is messing with our schedules like the... Ah, what's this? What is this unexpected but pleasant surprise? Sweet Cheeks Plays. Greetings and welcome. Thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everybody. My gosh. Dare I ask, did somebody recommend me to you, or is this just a drive-by rating? One way or the other, I really appreciate it. My name is Franz, and I play video games on the internet. And at the moment, I am playing some Persona 5 Royal. Let's see. I don't care what it's about. It's gonna have nothing to do with us students. I wish they'd stop dragging us into their mess. Oh, you know me from the Super Best Friends days. I see, Sweet Cheeks plays. Well, thank you. I'm glad you remember me from that far back. I would guess then that you must have been present for our Demon Souls collab. Or else for the Pillars of Eternity streams that I did with Pat and Eli. Since when is that my full title, Raindrop? Ah, Clint, you're a fan, huh? Oh, that was Pillars of Eternity. Sweet Cheeks, yeah. That was when we were talking with Eli about... I don't remember what it was that the discussion was about before that, but somehow Pat decided that he was going to tell a story, and it was a story about how he thought that he shit his pants all over his couch, but he actually just accidentally sat on a chocolate bar. But yes, Sweet Cheeks, that was us. That was a while ago now. But I'm glad people still remember. Thank you so much for the raid and welcome. I really appreciate that, and I'm glad to have you guys. Yeah, Hjalti, I uploaded the clip of that to YouTube. I could get you a link for it. One of the few parts of that stream that YouTube didn't decide were violations of copyright by somebody who didn't own them. Here it is. I'll just highlight it in chat for everybody, for those who haven't heard it. There you go. Sokar, I'm not sure what Pat's explanation was for why he eats his chocolate in a closet. No problem, Hjalti. For those of you who missed that clip, you're definitely going to want to go take a look, because that's one of Pat's best stories, at least that I've heard. Yeah, he tried, Clint. He tried. He didn't succeed, though, fortunately. Fair enough, Waltz Queen.
Seems pretty rough.
A mandatory assembly during exam week, huh? Sounds rough for all of you.
Well,
now then,
shall we begin?
Let's begin the first day of exams. What historical figure inspired the idiom of favoring the magistrate? That would have been Yoshitsune, I think.
Ooh, we can do this.
That sounds about right. Oh, they've they've still got that. Let's see, an essay question. This looks tough, but let's calm down and think it through. Provide the reason why Minamoto no Yoshitsune is viewed as a hero. He had a brother, right? I think his name was Yoritomo. That's the one! Yoshitsune worked under Yoritomo. He did a lot for his brother. They ended up coming into conflict, and in the end, when they had to oppose each other, Yoritomo won. Yeah, Yoshitsune committed suicide after being exiled by his brother. But even though he lost, Yoshitsune is the one who went down in history as a hero. That's probably because people tend to sympathize less with figures in power and sympathize more with the weak. Yeah, not just any weak person, though. People love rooting for an underdog who stands up to powerful oppressors, and Yoshitsune did that to his brother. So the reason Yoshitsune is treated as a hero is because he stood up against the powerful Yoritomo.
Yep.
You finished in time.
Ahem.
Time is up. Put down your pencils and put your hands under your desks.
Let's get started.
Today is the second day of exams. You may begin. Hooray. Which brain function is responsible for the phenomenon of seeing an illusion in this figure? Destruction, exaltation, hallucination. Oh, great. It's cognition, because of course it is.
Ooh, we
That
can
sounds
do
about
this.
right. Which of the following maps can you paint without any adjacent areas being the same color? Map of the world, map of Japan. It's both, I think.
Ooh, we can
Yep.
do this.
Okay, class, let's get started.
Does everyone have a test? Then you may begin. Name the book that defined malefactor as the chief factor in the progress of the human race. That would have been Digital Devil's Story. Great, I'm glad we found a way to work that in. I believe it was the Devil's Dictionary.
Ooh, we can do this.
What character archetype refers to a mysterious and seductive woman, typically with ulterior motives? Yeah, it's not like we didn't... Oh, Anjanou. Rachel should be here for this. It's a femme fatale. It's not that we didn't talk about this before.
Ooh, we can do this.
School-wide assembly at this time of year? Really? Think we can bring our flashcards in? Kamoshida is just one of many things wrong with this school. I've got to hurry home and study. That Kamoshida is still causing us trouble even when he's gone.
Ever since that specific incident, many of you have voiced concerns that I could not bear to ignore.
Okay.
We believe the mental health of our student body is absolutely vital, so we've acquired the services of a therapist. The floor is yours, Doctor.
Isn't he hot?
Wait, what?
It's nice to meet you all.
This is new.
Whoa, his voice is sexy.
My name is... Huh? My name is Takuto Maruki.
Look at this guy.
Thank you for welcoming me to your school. No need to be formal with me, though. I'm just here to counsel anyone who's interested. You can even call me Doc, if that would help you feel more comfortable. Any assistance you need, I'll be... Oh. I guess I'm not really any good for helping with money problems.
Thank you, Dr. Maruki.
Yo. You ever expect this place to actually give a shit about our mental health?
Well, our school's made national news. Maybe they figured they'd look even worse if they didn't do anything for us.
And Dr. what's his name?
Maruki.
Yeah, wasn't that guy just basically clowning it up on stage? You really think he'll do us any good?
Ryuji.
Hey there.
Oh.
Sakamoto-kun and Takamaki-san, right? And that must make you.
How do you know our names?
Well, I was informed of certain students before beginning my tenure here. Those that had, previous interactions with Mr. Kamoshida. It must have been especially tough for you after having just transferred here.
To think I'd end up in a castle. Yeah, it was.
I can definitely believe that.
So, what do you want with us?
Ah, yes, I'd forgotten. I know I already offered my services to the student body earlier, but would you three be interested in counseling?
Nope, not at all.
Wait a minute, is this guy now a social link?
Huh?
Yeah, he's apparently got his own theme as well, Sam, which... Alright, okay. So, this should give people an idea of what's been added in Persona 5 Royal. Literally this whole event and this whole character. Yeah, no kidding, Glue Man. No, I had no idea, Mel.
How's that surprising?
You were just a touch more emphatic about it than I'd expected. Ah, but if you come to my office, you can have free snacks. All you can eat. Would be nice, but there's still plenty to be had. So, how about it?
Tell us more of these snacks.
Hey, don't fall for that.
To be frank, I've been explicitly ordered to provide counseling to the students directly involved with Mr. Kamoshida. It's in the school's interests. For its students.
Ah, the school's interest, huh?
I know that asking you to be open with a complete stranger like myself is a lot. Making this mandatory wouldn't do you any good either. Might as well turn it into a worthwhile experience. Ooh, I know. If you attend my counseling sessions, I'll teach you different ways to improve your mental acuity. Like ways to hone your concentration before exams, or not getting nervous on dates. How's that sound?
Mental training. If I make good use of this, it may aid in our Phantom Thieves activities too. Maybe.
There's also snacks.
This guy...
All right, enough with the snacks. So, which way are you leaning?
No harm in a little chat, I guess.
I guess it'd just be more trouble for us if we didn't go.
Yeah.
Really? Then, I guess it's a deal. I'll be in the nurse's office. Feel free to come by whenever it's convenient for you.
Well, we should get going.
Okay, I'll see you later. Thanks for taking my counseling into consideration. Now that we have a deal, I promise I'll do my best to help you.
I've made a deal with Maruki. Oh, I'm sorry. Dr. Maruki. This promises to be interesting. I have no idea. Oh, I'm gonna need a persona of that Arcana too, for his social link.
It's hard to believe an ordinary high school student could accomplish such grandiose heists. One would need a heart of steel, unaffected by outside influences, and prepared to act without hesitating. There has to be someone who helped strengthen your mental state. Sound like somebody you know? Give me a name.
I am thou. It shall become the wings with the birth of the counselor persona.
Oh!
I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall...
I was wondering what social link would be tied to the Counselor Arcana. Of course, he's literally a counselor.
dude? Sorry for keeping you like this. Well then.
Okay, quiet down.
I have an addendum to the earlier assembly regarding all the counseling you've all been offered. The counselor will be available to you starting after school today in the nurse's office. Yeah, Yummy, every doctor I've ever had as a teacher has said pretty much those exact words at the beginning of the first semester. I didn't spend 12 years of my life in school to be called Mister. Call me Doctor. Or one of them, Yami, said either call me Doctor or just call me Bob. Because Bob was his name, but... Dr. Monarchy will only be posted here through November, so be sure to speak with him soon if you feel the need. For the majority of you, it's your choice whether or not you see him, but there are a few students I'll speak with later. The school's decided visits to Dr. Monarchy will be mandatory for these individuals. Yo, you guys gonna go for it? What, the counseling? Kinda sounds like we're being forced to. I told Monarchy I'd do it, but I don't know if I'm really that into the idea, you know? Not much choice, really. Not if we want to appear to be honest. Alright, have a good dinner, Yami. Take it easy. Yeah. Probably better not draw more attention to ourselves anyway. Think I'm gonna try going today. Counseling, huh? Lady Ann's right. Make sure you visit him so you don't draw attention to yourself, alright? Oh, that's fantastic, bad guy.
Yes.
I love that.
Welcome.
Are you here for a counseling session? Yeah, is now a bad time? Not at all. It's always a good time, so long as I'm not already listening to a student. So glad you're here. Would you care for a snack? Oh, he gave her coffee.
Shall we begin?
But first, just relax, all right? I'm only here to listen to whatever you wish to talk about.
Yes.
Sure. Although I really only have one thing on my mind right now anyway. Yes, I'd say that makes perfect sense, but don't force yourself into talking with me. You could even just grab some snacks and be on your way if you wanted. Ahaha. No, it's all right. I know I need to talk to someone about this anyway. That is, if you're willing to listen to the super long story. I absolutely am. Take all the time you need. I see. That's such a horrible thing to do to someone. Yeah, that's why I wanted to get even with him for Shiho. Yeah, and? First, I thought Kamoshida ought to face the same fate Shiho was going to put herself through. But? Later, I realized that wasn't right. If he did take his own life, it wouldn't undo Shiho's suffering. In fact, it'd just give him the easy way out.
Right.
That's so. You know, you're quite the wise, level-headed young woman, Takamaki-san. Huh? Oh, I think you've got the wrong... No, in fact, I think you're wiser than I was at your age. I wasn't anywhere near as mature as you are now. Yeah, he's brand new, Log. He's a new social link, new arcana. Yeah, Burning Jalapeno, I'm not prepared to rule out that possibility just yet. Not like I did anything special, though. If I hadn't gone through my own share of hell, I don't think I'd be so mature either. I see. So what's on your mind now? Right now?
Let me think.
I'm just hoping Shiho will get better quickly. We both suffered a lot, but I just want to get back to laughing and having fun together like we used to. At this point, I don't give a rat's ass about Kamoshida.
Yeah.
Now there's a healthy outlook. You can't change the past, but you still want to keep your chin up and press onward. Is that the gist of it? Yeah, that sounds about right. I could see him going either way, Rakish Sage. mean, it'd definitely be better if none of this had happened at all, but...
Quite.
Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. But it's impossible to wipe every tragedy from history.
Yeah.
If only, right? Everyone would be so much happier if we could actually do that. It seems I lost track of the time. We should wrap things up here for today. Thank you so much for coming to see me. Oh no, thank you. I feel a ton better now that that's all off my chest.
Be careful.
Good to hear it. You deserve it. Feel free to stop by again anytime.
Okay, I'm gonna get
Will
going.
do. See you around. Alright, so... that scene shocked me for a couple of reasons, but the first and most important of those reasons is Peter was nowhere to be found. No protagonist whatsoever. It's literally just Anne getting some solo airtime of her own with the new social link. So it seems like they wanted to expand upon the individual stories and characters aside from the protagonist. Hey, Bullet Bill Man, welcome! Well, Rakish Sage, but that isn't unprecedented in the Persona games. Well, Empress, you could argue that everybody in the Phantom Thieves does. Yeah, I figured, Sam. I figured we'd see it with Ryuji. Thank you so much for the resub, Bullet Bill Man. Welcome back. Really appreciate that. Great to have you. They do, Mel. I just hope we get to see one of those scenes with Haru. Because Haru really got the short end of the stick in Vanilla. Huh. Yeah, for me too, Hjalti. It's pretty relatable.
Well, thanks for that.
That's not the impression I get, bad guy. I get the impression she only told him the real world part of it that does not have to do with the Phantom Thieves. Also, Lucky Steak, thank you so much for the resub. Welcome back to you as well. I am just glad to be able to do my part to provide something, Lucky Steak, to help people get through all this craziness. Rakish Sage, HIPAA does not exist in Japan. They might have something similar to it, but HIPAA is exclusively a North American thing. Well, bad guy, it is if a doctor leaks your information. That is punishable under HIPAA. Yeah, a lot so, but a large part of the reason she is because she's just kind of shoehorned in as the last party member with like a month and a half left to go in the game in Vanilla. I really hope they do her more justice than that here. No, bad guy, she didn't explicitly mention that she was the one who was responsible for Kamoshida's change of heart. If she had been, the counselor would have had a much more pointed reaction. He would have been like, wait, what's all this stuff about going to the metaverse? The implication there, bad guy, seems pretty clearly as though she didn't tell him anything unnecessary, as they would put it in Japan. Ah, great, Topsy-Turvy. Well, I went in for counseling. They're going down soon too, right, Peter? How'd it go? Well, it honestly wasn't as rough as I was expecting. I think you should just go and give it a shot. Dr. Monarchy's easier to talk to than you'd think. Alright, see you tomorrow. Yeah, Alonso, I'm going to be doing my best to max out as many of the confidants as I can. So hopefully, maxing out his will just happen as a matter of course. But didn't you have a counseling appointment? I'll just pass the time in the air. Oh! Alright, we don't get a choice, huh? Nah?
How are you?
There she is again. Student called Yoshizawa. Hello. Are you here for a session as well? You too, huh?
Yes.
That's right. Dr. Monarchy is a wonderful counselor. I've actually been seeing him for a while before he even came to Shujin. Oh, I didn't know you two were acquainted. Don't go overselling me too hard, though, Yoshizawa-san. I'm really nothing special. Well, I need to get going. Please excuse me.
All right, then.
Yeah, but she's a main character waltz queen, so they have to give her some distinguishing feature. What say we get started?
Welcome.
If only, Glue Man, we don't have the option to play the game as her. Thank you for coming. I mean, we made a deal. Well, I'll try to make sure it's worth the trouble.
I see.
Thank you. I think I've gotten a good grasp of the situation you're in, Barakan-kun. Oh, so literally they just skipped past our entire conversation. Because how are they supposed to give a silent protagonist a voice? Well, full disclosure, the school gave me a brief rundown of the circumstances surrounding your transfer here. So much for my privacy, huh? I'm glad you've got a sense of humor about it, but yes, it's not exactly kind to you. I'm sorry.
So,
now that you've told me more about yourself, I think I've realized something. It seems like you've largely been able to reconcile your internal world with your external one. I should note, that's really truly impressive. Even most adults can't reliably manage that, which is why they all have shadows and palaces, I guess. How to put it? You know how everyone has an internal reality? Some conception of themselves they're striving for?
For example?
Like wanting to be a model student, or wanting to be loved and relied on, that kind of thing. But that idealized reality and the one in actuality are often far apart. That gap is responsible for a lot of people's pain. Not everyone can ace their exams, and not everyone can be the heroes they wish they could be. You've already been through so much. That kind of suffering is usually enough to twist people up into dark places. But you're standing up to it and confronting a tough, painful reality. To me, that's incredibly admirable. I mean, you should see what I get up to when I hang out with that guy who runs the gun shop, dude. Then again, maybe that's a little weird for you to hear from a guy you just met, huh? Yeah, but it sounds right. Not even any deflecting self-deprecation. You really are strong, Barakan.
I'm sorry.
Well, let's see. Sorry this went on longer than I expected. Somehow the conversation just took on a life of its own, I guess.
Say.
Hey, I've actually got one last request. Do you mind? Yeah?
You know,
I'm actually doing certain research along with my duties as a counselor. Not quite like counseling, more like a type of psychological treatment. Basically, it's a project to learn more about people's metaphorical hearts. What they think, how they feel.
How about
If I get far enough with it, I think I'll be able to help a lot of people. So... I'll need more details. Because this sounds a little bit too suspiciously like... maybe this guy is one of Shido's crew, who was explicitly sent to see if I have a connection to the metaverse. I'm not sure I trust this guy yet.
Sorry.
I guess my point is I'd like to ask you to help with that research. All you'd have to do is listen to my theories and then tell me if they spark any ideas or realizations on your end. Please, anytime's good for me. I can work around your schedule. And I've got a lot of snacks too. You can have them. They're yours. Why me, though? Well, to be honest, sometimes I hit a wall in my research. I've been working on it alone, but some second opinions from a perspective like yours could really push it forward. Oh, and don't worry, I promise I'll repay you for it.
Well...
Let's see, I know. Maybe I could teach you some tips from mental training. I happen to know a lot on the subject. I'm sure I can cook up a special regimen for you. You're dedicated enough, I'm sure you could draw out your full potential.
Thank you.
Okay, I guess that's our second deal. Alright, you know, this guy worries me. Detox X. When Joker is inflicted with an ailment, he may recover immediately. Okay, huh.
Alright.
Interesting.
I know.
Right, would it be okay if we traded contact info? I'll contact you when I've got time or when I need some input from you. That should do it.
Now.
Better do my part to repay you. Let's talk about mental training and presence. Let's see, first off... Thanks to Maruki's mental training, my mind feels stronger.
Alright.
Oh, your max SP increases by 5. Alright, oh, and here, never a bad time for a snack, right? Non-static gum.
Well, see
Sounds delicious. Yeah, Armitage, I guess I'm a double guinea pig now. Yeah, they are, Shepard, aren't they? Oh, Sokar, if you've never been to therapy before, there's no reason to be nervous. The therapist is there for you, not the other way around. Rakish Sage, for our purposes, it's still guns. Congrats, Alpaca! Thank you for your help today. I'll see you around at school.
Man.
You really spent a long time talking with Maruki. Look how late it is. Well, if you think sessions are worthwhile, you should probably try going again sometime. You should definitely get some sleep for now. Tomorrow's your last day of exams, right? Oh, wow, Alpaca. Yeah, that's, That's how it usually goes. It comes down to the wire. Yeah, Topsy, you get used to him pretty quickly. It's not really all that bad.
Nice.
Yeah, Alpaca, that's one of the best ways of dealing with him, is having someone who's resistant to wind. Alright. Tomorrow's the last day of exams. You don't want to go into those half asleep, right? Worrying isn't going to do you any good now. Just do what you can, okay?
Let's go to bed.
Oh, this is one of those nights where...
Hey!
we're not allowed. It still happens occasionally, but nowhere near as much as it used to.
I'm so sleepy. I ended up pulling an all-nighter once I realized today's the last day of exams.
You staying up studying?
Nah, I gave up on the exam. I was playing some games, and then before I knew it, it was morning.
Good job, idiot. How manly.
It's what I always do. No matter how many times I fail, nothing's gonna change.
Morning.
Yo, look who else is yawning.
Exams are almost over, so I thought I'd make one last effort across the finish line.
Impressive, Lady Ann. You're quite different from this stupid monkey I know.
Morgana, you are not helping.
Huh? Don't give me that crap. Your brain's tiny compared to mine.
Size is meaningless if there's nothing inside, you know.
What was that?
Will you please shut up? You're gonna make me forget everything I remember. Huh? Am I imagining things?
What's wrong? You need the bathroom?
Huh? No!
What? You see a groper or something?
No, that's not it. It's nothing.
Hmm?
Oh my god, that guy got off. Isn't this bad?
Great out of context quote.
Hey, at least act like you care.
Fine. Come on.
Huh?
There he is.
Hey, are you sure it's him, or are you just that self-conscious?
I'm not that.
Is there something you want?
That's my line. You are the one stalking me.
Stalking you? That's outrageous.
I know you've been following me ever since the train.
That's because...
My goodness. I had wondered why you left the car, so this is where your passion led. All is well that ends well.
Look at me, I'm totally not evil.
I saw you from the car, and I couldn't help myself from chasing after you.
It's a me, Madarame.
I didn't even notice the calls from Sensei, but thank goodness I caught up to you.
Okay.
What?
You're the woman I've been searching for all this time. Please, won't you?
Wait a minute,
Be the model for my next art piece.
Model?
All that I've drawn till now has been lacking, but I feel a passion from you unlike anyone else.
This man's highly suspicious.
Ain't this a recruit for some shady business?
Will you cooperate with me? What do you say?
Hold your horses. Who are you anyways?
Oh, where are my manners? I'm a second year at Kosei High's Fine Arts Division. My name is Yusuke Kitagawa. I'm Madarame-sensei's pupil, and I am being allowed residence at his place. I'm striving to become an artist.
Do you mean that Madarame? The one who was on Good Morning Japan the other day?
The very same.
You know who that is?
He was introduced as a super famous Japanese-style artist who's been recognized all over the world. But we heard that name the other day in Mementos.
Yusuke!
I'm sorry, Sensei. I'll be right there.
That old guy's Madarame?
Madarame Sensei's exhibition will begin at the department store near the station tomorrow. I'll be there to help out on opening day. Please, it'd be great if you could give me your answer in regard to being a model then. I bet you have no interest in the fine arts, but I'll give you tickets too. Well then, I hope to see you there tomorrow.
That guy's as easy to read as a book. You're not planning on going, are ya?
I think I will. Crap, look at the time. I'll see you later.
How dare he go after Lady Ann? I've memorized that face of yours, Yusuke.
You became acquainted with Madarame's pupil by chance? That's a little too convenient. It makes me wonder if you're even telling the truth. So be it. What I want to know most is your method. It's true that Madarame was an unforgivable criminal worthy of the scorn thrown at him. He was an adult who cultivated his own fame and fortune by sacrificing the livelihood of children. But he'd been covering his tracks for years. How did you uncover the truth in such a short span of time?
In the metaverse.
This metaverse business again? Fine. Let's suppose that people's hearts can be changed by stealing their treasure, like you've said. If so, a different suspicion arises. People have gone mad or lost consciousness, never to recover, like the subway accident in April. Depending on how you look at it, that could be taken as a phenomenon for a sudden change of heart too. Were you related to those as well?
I don't want to say... I hate that we just can't say, no, that wasn't us.
I see. Fine. Let's get back to Madarame's case. Keep it concise and stick to the facts.
Today's the last day of exams, huh? Seemed like some of those were kind of tough.
Yep.
Well, it wasn't too bad. You should have gotten a decent score, right? Maybe, bad guy. Finally done with exams. Hey, are you gonna go in for counseling? I saw the volleyball guys getting called in. Oh shit, I got that question wrong. I know, right? I feel like I have to protect that teacher. Wow.
It's over.
It's over. How about you?
I'm not worrying about it.
Oh yeah, I didn't think of that.
You really should.
Of course you didn't. It is Sokar. You're absolutely right about that, yes. And I don't think that saying no would be a major spoiler for a new player. Because since the protagonist is still coming out of the effects of whatever truth serum he was given, he may or may not necessarily be a reliable narrator.
Anyways, can we stop talking about the exams? Like it or not, they're gonna come back graded next week. Rather than focus on stuff that's over with.
What are you looking at?
The usual site. It's no use. There ain't any useful info. The number of posts are getting less and less too.
I am not letting this end as a one-hit wonder, okay?
There's no point in getting antsy, though. I know! Why don't we go eat lunch somewhere? We still have some money left over from the other day.
No, shut up. That's team funds for weapons.
I want sushi then, or domestic raised eel.
And explosives.
We don't have that much left. Oh, right! There are those tickets to Madarame's exhibit. Wait, that's tomorrow.
Don't tell me. Was it love at first sight with that Yusuke guy?
It's not like that.
Of course not.
When I was watching that special on TV, his artwork was pretty nice. Plus, we've got free tickets. Besides, this could also be related to what we heard in Mementos.
Madarame, was it?
I'm curious too.
That aside, what should I do about the other 2 tickets? Wanna go appreciate some fine arts for once?
Fine arts, huh?
I suggest we should all go together. Appreciating the fine arts builds character. A phantom thief who can't identify an original is lame.
Well, if everyone's going...
It's settled then.
It's gonna be boring, but it's important.
It'd be worth it once in a while. Sounds like it'll be useful for phantom thieves too, you know? It's decided then. We're going. Let's meet at the exhibit entrance tomorrow.
No, Lucky Steak. It's just plot.
Okay.
Tomorrow we go to that exhibit with Lady Anne. I'm curious to know if this Madarame has anything to do with the name we heard in Mementos. We can't afford to be late tomorrow. Better not go out right now. Damn it. So I keep thinking about what Nakanohara said. Could he have been talking about the famous artist Madarame? That sounds about right. Seconded. Great, the name really stood out to me. I mean, yeah, you ever heard of someone else called Madarame? Much less Ichiryu Sai Madarame? Really not common at all. What we heard is true. Kitagawa-kun is studying under a corrupt teacher. You mean a teacher who treats people like tools? Kitagawa-kun's life is probably pretty terrible. We gotta look into this. Phew. Yeah, probably Rashus, because he'd just shout phantom thieves anyway. That wouldn't be even remotely out of character for him. Oh, gosh. Well, let's see. What are we at? Only 4 hours. It's a little bit earlier than I normally wrap up tonight, but I've got a bunch of fresh groceries that I have to turn into a week's worth of meals. So I think I'm going to get going for now. I'm going to wrap it up here, and we are going to go raid my friend Reb, who is playing some Bloodborne. I also need to go get some dinner, and I want to make sure I have a little bit of time left before I have to go to bed to do that. So, guys, if you don't know Reb, she is fantastic. She's a wonderful, wonderful person. She's very entertaining, super sweet, and she's playing some Bloodborne, so I suspect most of you will probably be on board with that. I will see you guys tomorrow, probably for more of this, and thank you as always for joining me and for all your support. Let's go make Reb's night. You guys are going to really like her. Take care, everyone. Thank you all again, and I will see all of you tomorrow.